Hey my friends, it's Marta Stasik. I'm here with attorney Craig Combs. His firm represents homeowners associations, and we're here to talk about what buyers should be aware of when buying a property with homeowners association. Go ahead.
Thanks, Marta. Yes, our firm represents exclusively homeowners associations. We don't really represent private individuals, but we have a pretty good perspective on what goes on in a homeowners association and some of the things that can happen when somebody buys property within a homeowners association. So one of the main things that a purchaser should be conscious of is, of course, the financial situation of the association. And you, as a prospective purchaser, are entitled to the financial reports that will help you understand what the financial strength or weakness of that homeowners association is. One of the things you really want to take a look at are the reserves. So in a homeowners association, they must have reserves to account for the future repair, replacement, and maintenance of common area elements. And depending on the type of association, the common area elements may be major, such as in a high-rise condominium hotel, or a project with a lot of streets where the streets have to be maintained, repaired, etc. So there's no legal requirement for the amount of reserves. So it's really up to how well the association's been financially managed by its board of directors that will dictate the level of reserves within that homeowners association. So, even though there's no hard legal limit, I'm going to say anything where any association where the reserves are less than 50% funded, that's a big yellow flag, and you should be very conscious of the risk of possible special assessment after you purchase your property to pay for unfunded reserve items. So that's
Yes.
one thing.
Another thing is would be upgrading or remodeling, right? With
Right.
the homeowners association.
That's a good point, Martha, because a lot of times they make improvements to their
For
home.
example, flooring.
Flooring is a big one. People in condominiums, anyways, a lot of times there are restrictions on the type of flooring that you can put in an upper floor unit.
Mm-hmm.
For example, there's generally prohibitions against hard surface flooring, but some people just do it. They don't understand that there are restrictions against putting in hard surface flooring, or they just do it because they get away with it. And then, the person down below may not complain, but after the property is sold, and then the new tenants move in and maybe they're making more noise, well, then you get complaints, and then the board calls and said, oh, well, you have hard surface flooring in your unit that was never approved,
Yeah.
and so you're going to have to rip it all out. And guess what? They can make you rip it all out. If you don't, the court will make you rip it all out. So, you just want to make sure that there are no unauthorized improvements in the property you might be buying.
And the last one I think would be about Airbnb renting out short-term, long-term rooms.
Yes,
right?
definitely. If you are considering using your property as a transient rental, you have to look at your CC&Rs. You'll get a copy of the CC&Rs with the packet that you get as a prospective purchaser, and in your CC&Rs are almost always a section called use restrictions. So you just want to make sure that the use restrictions, and it's not just short-term rentals, it could be anything. I mean, maybe you have dogs, and maybe you have two big dogs, and you're only allowed to have one dog that's under 20 pounds. Well, you got to make sure that your intended use of the property is not going to conflict with the CC&Rs, because the CC&Rs are enforceable. And if you move in with Fido and Bowser and they're two big labs and you love them very much, well, if the CC&Rs prohibit you from having a large dog, then you're not going to be able to keep them.
That's right.
So that it's not just short-term rentals or animals, or just take a look at that use restrictions in your CC&Rs and make sure that your intended use of the property isn't going to be in conflict with the CC&Rs.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Greg. I think we got it. Thank you for watching. If you need to reach us, I'll put the contact at the bottom.
Good
Thank
luck,
you.
everyone.
Thank you. Take care. Bye.